Welcome to, is it March 15th? We have our special guest coach webinar today. We're so excited to have Mr. John Robinson with us today. He'll pop in a minute. For now, I just want to start with, I just want you guys to know that kind of the cadence of our guest coach webinars is that we start with sharing successes from some of our agents for the month previous. So for those of you who filled out my February feedback survey, thank you. Super insightful to get your feedback on how you think the program is going and how it's benefiting you. And we've had some really great agent successes so far. So I really wanted to share some of those with you really quickly. So February, we talked about mindset management, right? How to get our head in the right space, how to develop good habits, how to think positively, how it all starts up here, right? And so we've had a couple agent successes that I want to share. So first, we have Alexa Schwab from our St. Charles office. She had some amazing feedback that I wanted to highlight with you guys today. So Alexa said, I am treating Accelerate 2023 like a science experiment. Will X happen if I do Y and Z? What happens if I just do the work consistently, week in and week out? Here's my success so far. Offered to host an open house that translated into 2 leads, one of which is a listing, going to the office consistently to work on my business, and just got a client under contract who has been looking casually for more than a year. And a huge success, feeling motivated by leading a wonderful group of fellow agents in our individual group. I just know that showing up for them is going to keep me on track. Can I get a woot woot for Alexa? That was amazing. And yes, being a team lead is a little bit of extra work, but I do believe that it is going to help keep you on track. So Alexa, thank you so much for your awesome feedback and congrats on your success. Next up, we have Kasha Samra from our Orland Park office. Kasha said, I do strongly believe that it's all about mindset. For a couple of months, I didn't have any deals and didn't even have any leads. Since starting Accelerate this year, I've been on track with following up with my list of prospects. The creation of the vision board helped me outline what I'm really working for and boost my motivation to 100%. In February, I started working on 2 commercial deals, received 10 new leads, and just got a listing agreement signed by one of my previous clients. Is that success or what? Kasha, we're so proud of you. Congrats on your success. That's amazing. And third, we have Miss Mel Gorski, who is also a second-year accelerator. And Mel says, looking back at my vision board from 2022, I realized that I had accomplished so much from it. So it motivated me to push myself on my vision for 2023. Having the February programming focusing on mindset was crucial to helping me stay focused on the big picture through some disappointments and challenges that have popped up as spring market has gotten underway. I'm finding myself committed to rising above the negativity from external forces that I can't control. The headlines about economic uncertainty, the spike in interest rates, the confusion for both buyers and sellers. I am finding support and power in the belief that if I'm able to control my own mindset, systems, and routine, and lean into the things that I'm good at, which is like solving problems, calmly coaching clients through difficult scenarios, I can confidently lead my clients through what's probably going to be a tough year for the real estate market and still meet my goals. Mel, I could not have loved this more. It is all about mindset. And yes, if you fall into all of the junk and all of the headlines that are out there and all of the scare tactics with the media and all of the false news that's out there, you might as well crawl into a hole. So I love that you're focusing on your mindset and you're leaning into your skills and abilities to get stuff done and to accomplish your goals, regardless of all of that external junk. So congratulations, Mel. That's really an awesome piece of feedback. All right, so today we are here with my guest coach, John Robinson. He is an Evanston office at Properties agent. John, you want to pop on and say, hey?
Good morning. Hello,
Hey.
accelerators. Hi, guys.
We're so excited to have you here. Give us a little bit of info about who John Robinson is. Let me pull up the slide. I have a little bit of information about you on these slides. Can you just speak to a couple things about you?
It's funny, that headshot. Truth be told, that headshot was done during COVID, and I was on my back porch and wearing pajama pants. So every time I see that, I have to laugh.
Awesome.
I started in this glamorous business 23 years ago. I was a chef in my previous life. I worked in the food service industry from age 15 through about just before I turned 40. I left that just because I needed to be closer to my family. I was better suited as a dad than someone chasing the being on TV celebrity chef lifestyle. And I came out of that business. People in the food service industry were all vagabonds. Nobody really owns real estate. We rent. So I didn't know anyone. And so I really had to sort of scrape my way into this business. I worked really hard to do it. I want to say to all of you how lucky you are to have the training that you have. We didn't have anything. I started working on a team with a tyrant who basically, I got my real estate license. He handed me a set of keys and said, go sell. And that's really all the training that I had. So y'all are really, really lucky to be at Out Properties and to have the training that you have. I enjoy my family now. My kids are all grown up and out of the house and off to college. So I'm actually working on a new why, which is getting out of the business, building a team, getting them to start paying me and sitting on a beach, hopefully in about 10 years or so. So that's
Love
kind of
it.
great. Yeah.
That's an amazing kind of, well, not I would say long term, but 10 years really isn't that long, right? So that's a great goal to have.
I figure if I can do this for like 34 years, roughly, I think that's going to be enough for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Good
yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited to have you here today. When I was planning the calendar for this year and I was trying to pick who I wanted to be a guest coach today to talk specifically about value prop. Remember, we talked about telling our numbers and our stats, talking about our differentiators, telling a story. John was literally the first agent that popped in my head that I wanted to invite to be our guest coach today. When I first met John, it was so clear. We used you, John, in 60 Days of Summer, right? During some of our events last year.
Yeah.
So John sat on some of our panels and I didn't know John until then because I was pretty new to Ad Properties too. But John literally, from the first moment I met him, I just felt like he just has his stuff together. And I felt that he really had such a strong value prop and was just coming from a place of confidence, and it was like exuding from him. And so I just noticed that. I picked up on that right away. And so when I was planning the calendar this year, I was like, John is the man. Like, he is getting invited to be my guest coach for this topic. And funny story, when I asked him and I sent him, some information on the class and I sent him some of the materials, he's like, great, I'm happy to help, and then he reviewed the materials and got back to me and said, Angela, I don't mean to be backing out on you, but I don't think I'm your man. And I was like, oh, well, let's talk about that. Right. And, and we'll get into that a little bit, where John was coming from. But I truly believe that John is the perfect agent to coach you guys today on how to come from a place of confidence and true value on what you can provide and the amazing service that you can give to your agents to win that business. So I am super excited to have you here today, John. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pop through just some questions and just have a casual conversation. So I want to start with, how important do you think, John, is an agent's value prop in their sales career, and why?
Well, I think it's really important, and it actually vital, because first of all, let me just back up to what you just said and why it's important, about why I maybe was not the guy for this call. Because, I just recently got a value proposition written down and formalized. So it's now on a piece of paper that I can actually recite. It was a combination of thoughts that I've had over the years, because I've never, ever really had anyone say to me, John, why should we use you? I was always referred in to meet with a client. And so I was always an opportunity. I was always I had my foot already in the door with the client. I was lucky in that regard. And so I never really had that question asked of me, but I always knew that I had these ideas and thoughts about why they should use me in my tool belt. And that was my value and what I brought to the table. And it was mostly built around trust, and that I could walk into the room and get people to like me pretty quickly. That's always something that I've been able to do my entire life. And so I sort of built this idea of trust. And that is how I wrote my value statement. So if you have this thing, which we're going to call a value proposition, if that's in your tool belt and you know it's good and you know it's written down and you never have to use it, it's going to give you that confidence when you walk into a meeting. It's in your tool belt. You don't necessarily have to pull it out, but you know it's there, and it's going to make you sit tall and strong. And so if they ask you a tough question, you're going to be okay, and you're going to be comfortable, and you're going to be able to say, no, I'm not going to reduce my commission, or no, I'm not going to do that, or yes, I will do that. And it's going to get you the deal done. So it is important to have.
I love it. And we talked about, we laughed because John's like, I don't have one of those. Like, I don't have it written down really. I've never
do now.
We'll get to work. But we laughed about it, but I really do think that it's not that you are going to take this value proposition statement that we're forcing you to create and you're going to read it verbatim in an elevator with somebody, right? That's not how real life works. But I think the exercise of us thinking about it, putting thought into it, right? Making it impactful, making it engaging, making it meaningful for what we can do for the customer, right? Because the customer only cares about what's in it for them. Like, they'd love to hear your stories, but ultimately they want to know, how is this helping me, right? I like you, John, but like, how is this helping me? So if we put some thought into it and we lay it out and we have it solid and we memorize it and we practice it, it's going to come very naturally in your everyday life as you're out and about and having those casual conversations. And like John said, he's never had to read anything, but he knows, and he's very grounded in the things that make him different, and that's going to bring success for his clients. So it's just the exercise of doing it and having something solid and memorized so you can kind of use it in everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So John, we'd love to know, what is your value prop as an agent?
I have 23 years of experience. I've provided for my family during multiple types of markets, good, bad, and ugly. I always do the work required to help my clients. My clients trust me. They count on me for direct guidance that is based on a deep knowledge of the current market, my relationships with brokers I work with, and my ability to help them reach an outcome that they define as a winning deal.
I love that. Who loved that? Put that in the chat. That hit like every important point that there could be.
Well, it's all based on trust, you guys. And that's, I cannot stress how important that is if you can get someone to like you right in the beginning, you have them. And when you tell them, when they say, well, let's conquer the elephant in the room, what's your fee? And you just look at them and you say 6%, and then you shut your mouth. And they say, well, that seems high. And you just look at them and say, well, that's my fee. And then you shut your mouth again. That trust is going to get it done.
Love it.
That's the biggest hurdle.
It is. And it's all based on trust, right?
Yeah, it is.
If you can get in with people and earn their trust, and here's how you're going to earn their trust. And I'm sure you do this, John, because I could tell this about you. You earn trust by being authentic. You earn trust by being you. You earn trust by connecting with them on a personal level. My dad taught me this. I'm a second generation realtor, and he used to always say to me, like, Angela, when you get an opportunity with a consumer, all you have to do is relate to them, right? You walk in their house, he used to see them a fish hanging on the wall, and he knew that they were a fisherman, and he was a big fisherman, and that was his point of connection with them, right?
It's
You
so
see someone
important.
wearing a Bears hoodie, and you talk football. Whatever that is, connect with them on a personal human level, and
Mhm.
that earns trust right away.
Yeah.
You're not trying to be salesy. You're not trying to push your agenda. You're not trying to take your 6% that you don't deserve and aren't going to earn.
Yeah.
So I love that, John. It's all based on trust. All right. So let's talk a little bit about ad properties and our value proposition, right? Because just like you said, we do so many different kinds of training and coaching, and there's so many different growth opportunities at ad properties.
Mhm.
What ad properties points of value do you lean on when you're trying to win business?
Well, the number one is brand recognition, right? The sign, the logo, everybody knows that properties now. And then, I lean into the technology, the innovation, our three buzzwords: relationships, excellence, innovation, all of those things. I show them the pictures. This is pitching a listing. We don't really have to chase. I don't have to interview for buyers that much. Usually for buyers, you just get them, especially in this market. Who has too many buyers right now? Hello? So we're chasing after listings, right? We're interviewing for listings. So, I talk about the photography, how much money I spend on photography. I don't dumb down anything. $150,000 listing, $2 million listing, the package is the same. But the biggest one is the brand that people recognize. And then we talk about the signs and the community. And I also, it goes away. It's part of our culture, the relationships. In my value prop, I talk about my relationships with other brokers. That's a big deal with me. I am known in the industry as a nice person. Yesterday, I stepped out of a deal where I would have been competing with someone in my own house. And I recused myself from the deal because I knew that this other person was connected to this potential client. And it meant a lot of money, 5 figures of money for me. But I did it because I knew that I would have been stepping on someone's toes, and that would have been a relationship that I would have stepped on. And I just don't do that. And in the end, it's not going to give me money, but it's part of the relationship, which is one of our value statements, which is one of the things that I lean in. So all of the at properties, the culture, the technology, the brand recognition, I lean on all of that stuff. And I talk about all of that when I'm pitching a listing.
I love that. Karen just posted great integrity. Like that's what it's all about. And you wonder why John wins business, right? I mean, it's authenticity, it's having integrity to do the right thing. And I think that ad properties emulates those values for our agents.
At the end of the day, that's all you have is your reputation.
That's it.
You
That's
can
it.
you can screw over another broker for a deal, and you get the $18,000 check, but that reputation, what you did to that person to get that check, is going to stay with you forever.
Yeah. It starts and it ends there, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I think, lean into the value that AT offers as well. That's just as important as the value that you offer as an individual agent. We have a lot of good stuff here. And something that really resonated with me when I first joined the company, which was like really a kind of a shift in my thinking, was that AT really strives to provide the best consumer experience for the consumer, right? Our company's job is to provide an amazing experience for the consumer. We care about our consumers. A lot of brokerages care about their agents, right? Of course we care about our agents, but we also care about the end consumer. Because if we are servicing the end consumer like we should be and treating the $150,000 condo like the luxury $2.5 million listing and and everybody gets that exceptional level of service and quality marketing materials and things of that nature, we know that in turn that services our agents because you're winning more business because of it.
Yeah.
So that was a real shift in mindset for me because I came from where it was just, about the agent. But when you forget about the client experience, you're really not servicing your agent well either, right? So lean into all of the amazing things that our company does for our consumers, with that consumer experience as well, because I can promise you that most other brokerages don't. And it definitely is a point of differentiation. If you're struggling to come up with your own value prop, maybe you're newer to the business agent, you don't have a bunch of statistics yet, that's okay. That's why you joined at Properties. You use our statistics to make yourself look good. We do that all the time. Lean in, right?
When I joined I came from a brokerage where I did not feel that I was in an environment of trust. And I did all of my marketing on my own. I was with Buffini and Company for my marketing, which is an outside vendor for marketing, because I didn't want to give the company my database. I just didn't feel like, I felt like if I did that, they were going to start marketing to them. And I don't want to take too much of our time on this, but when I joined in 2013, for the first time in my career, I actually gave all of my information and all of my people to the company, and I leaned into it. And a few years later, I got a very nice watch as a result. And it's not just because I did that. There was hard work involved, but I did lean into the system. And yeah, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Yeah. But I've been to other companies and I know what it's like out there. And I promise you, for those of you who are newer in the industry, who are starting to see some success and getting calls from other companies, sure, go talk to them, but it's not better out there. I promise you it's not.
Yeah, the grass is certainly not greener. I also
it looks green, but it's not.
Yeah, I came from unwatered grass, so I can totally relate to where you're coming from.
I know your story.
Yeah, and I don't know if everybody knows my whole story, but I wanted to work for Ad Properties for a long time, and I was a competitor, and I just really knew that there was something special here because I could very rarely recruit against Ad Properties. If I knew that I was trying to hire an agent and they were also interviewing with Ad, I knew that I was losing, and I knew that there had to be some reason why. And I really wanted to work here for a long time. I basically was up Thad Wong's butt for 3 years to get in here. So I'm super happy to be here. And there are so many agents that stick around here because we do have such an amazing culture and we have so many things to offer our agents. So lean into those pieces of value that our company offers too. It's here for everybody, and there's enough for everybody. So what I want to end with, John, really quick is, what are your words of advice for our agents in our Accelerate coaching program?
Oh gosh, that's so much. I touched on this earlier. Y'all are really, really fortunate to have such a great training program. I take advantage of every opportunity that we have. About a month ago, Amy launched with Crystal, who's amazing. I hope you get a chance to talk to her too. Perfect Teams. I'm building a team right now, and it's an advanced team building class, which was 2 full days of seminar. Lean into all of that. Lean into all of the training. Work hard. Do the work. Make the calls. Write the notes. Just believe in it. We're in a tougher year right now. You're going to have a lot more buyers than sellers. There's some uncertainty out there, banks closing. Don't buy into that. Just believe with blind faith that it's going to work out. Try not to buy into the negativity. Don't hang out with people that whine and complain. I am a nice person. Call me if you have any questions. I'm happy to help out. And again, stay positive, keep it real, lean into the system. And again, y'all are really, really lucky to have this training. So there's a lot more. Call anytime. I'm happy to help.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I'm so
Sure.
glad you enjoyed that Teams workshop. I actually helped build all the content.
Oh, it was really cool. Crystal
Yeah.
is amazing. My God, I had no idea how powerful she is. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for having me. I see there's a lot of chat. I saw a couple names in there pop up. If I've said anything that means anything to anyone, don't go beyond the sale when you're talking to someone. If you say something impactful and powerful, get the words out and then close your mouth. If I learned anything from any salesperson ever, is say the words and then shut it. Don't keep talking. Super important. Thank you for having me.
John, thank you so much. All right, let's review
care.
our homework, guys.
Good
So
luck.
thanks, John. We want to complete our MAC worksheet by next Wednesday. So you want to have that second part of the worksheet created and finished. So by the time you meet with your groups next Wednesday, you'll have some conversation about it. And again, if you did not sign up for Getting What You're Worth workshops, please do that. I know a lot of them are full. We will be releasing a whole next round of them, and they're really amazing. So try to get yourself into one of those. Your next meeting again will be your small group meeting next Wednesday, March 22nd. I will be posting a recording of this meeting along with the slides and also the group meeting agenda in the Agent app after this webinar. Team leads, if you could remember to log your meetings on the tracker, that would be amazing. And please note that after your next group meeting next Wednesday, we do not have programming the last Wednesday of March due to spring break. So Wednesday, March 29th, you have a free day. I hope you guys have an amazing spring break. If you're going anywhere or having a staycation, I'm having a staycation personally, and I cannot wait to be with my kids and hang out. So I hope you guys have a really great rest of the week. Please enjoy your group meetings next Wednesday. If you have any questions for us, please reach out and have a great day.